I'm Gerald Wessels with the Wessels Realty Team. Well, when you're talking about pests in Georgia, one of my good friends has a warranty for his pest control service, and that warranty says he even warrants against wildebeest. Well, you know, it always gets a laugh out of everybody, but quite honestly, if you're considering moving to Georgia and living in North Georgia, there's a number of larger type of pests that we have to deal with, and I'm going to talk to you about those in just a moment. Stay tuned as we look at some of the major pests that you're going to have to be able to control here. So I don't get in trouble in talking about pests. I just want to remind you that most of these animals are cute little animals, and they do have a purpose in creation. But there is a good reason why we don't want most of these around our houses. And I'm going to share some of these, talk about some of these animals, and then tell you the reason why we don't want them around our houses, and that some kind of pest exclusion control might be necessary. Well, the first thing is squirrels. Man, we have squirrels everywhere, and if you've ever owned a home or you've run a business, you know that even though they're cute little animals and they like to rob all your bird seed, we don't like them around, especially around cars and things like that, because they go in, they chew the wires. With houses, they make holes, they get into the attics. They're just all kinds of problems. I'm not going to spend much time here because I think anybody who's lived in a forested area understands that squirrels can be a problem, and you need to make sure that squirrels are not getting into your home because they can actually do thousands of dollars worth of damage. The second animal that we deal with sometimes here in Georgia is armadillos. Now, once again, armadillos have a good place in our society. Some people say they're wonderful barbecued. I'm not going to get into that. But needless to say, they are a burrowing animal. And so we don't really want them around our houses because they can burrow around the foundations. I've seen people put in fresh sod, have a beautiful lawn, and see armadillos come, and in a very quick instance, they can rip up a brand new yard, and so that's a problem as well. So we don't want armadillos if we can somehow exclude them from our yards and from our houses. Well, number 3 are bats. Now, once again, bats are a good thing to have in our communities because they do eat a tremendous amount of mosquitoes. But the problem is that bats like to find shelter in our homes. A lot of times, and I didn't even know this until recently, they sometimes will nest behind your shutters. They like to get in any nook and crevice that you might have around your house. Well, how does that become a problem? Well, if they get into your attic, they love to have large rookery. I don't know if the correct term is rookery, but where they have their babies. And of course, wherever they are and their babies are, we're going to have bat guano. Now, I'm not going to go into all the things about bat guano, but you don't want it in your attic because it is a health hazard. Now, as I'm going to talk about in many of these pests, you need to have a professional service come and take care of the situation because, for instance, like bats, there are specific times and seasons. I've learned this through a referral group that I attend, when you can remove bats and when you can't remove bats because they're a protected species. So once again, if you live in North Georgia and we have had bats around our own house, I know what it's like to be dealing with these little guys. And also I have learned that they can enter into a home with a hole the size of a dime. So, bats are a major problem. I love seeing them fly in the early evening. I love the mosquitoes they kill, but I don't want them in my attic. Number 4, I'll just say rats/mice. I don't know how to tell you this, and I don't want to gross you out, but many times on an inspection report, there will be a notation and a photograph of where where rats or mice have little trails, even in the attic insulation. And so if you have a problem there, they need to be excluded from your home. They need to have a home somewhere else, not in your home. And then the last type of pest that I was going to tell you about are deer. Now, this was really more of a joke because most people don't do deer exclusion, but I will just tell you that in trying to grow any plants or gardens around this area, you're going to have trouble with deer. I'm not going to say that you need to exclude them out of your life. They're cute. I put in a Ring doorbell, and the very first night I had a deer right on the front porch about a foot from my Ring doorbell, kind of checking the place out. So all of this is to say that if you move to North Georgia, at some point you will probably need to contact some kind of pest exclusion service. I'm going to note one down in the description. He's a great guy to work with, and he'll help you out with any of these little pests, with the exception of deer. He doesn't do deer, and there's a couple others that he doesn't work with. But you're going to need somebody like this. Well, as I've shared with all my videos in this short series, none of this is to be construed as legal advice. If you need more advice in this area, talk to your real estate attorney, talk to your real estate agent, and then find a good pest exclusion service. There's a number of them out there. They're popular and they're needed. And you know also the scoop by now that if this program or others that I've shared with you have been of help, it really helps my channel for you to hit the thumbs up, to like it, maybe to subscribe, and of course hit the bell so that you'll be notified when other videos come out. Once again, I help people buy, sell, invest in residential and commercial real estate, and I refer people all over the country and the world. And if there's ever a time that I can help you, please contact me. And I may not have the answer to your questions, but I'll try to find them out for you. And so, until the next real estate video comes out, have a great day.